Uzbekistan's Ministry of Health has said at least 18 children have died there after consuming a syrup manufactured by Indian drug maker Marion Biotech Private Limited.
The ministry has said 18 of the 21 children who took the Doc-1 Max syrup while suffering from an acute respiratory disease died after consuming it. It is marketed on the company's website as a treatment for cold and flu symptoms, Gargi.
That's right. Now, the Uzbek fatalities follow similar ones in Gambia, where the deaths of at least 70 children were blamed on cough and cold syrups that were made by a New Delhi-based Maiden Pharmaceuticals Limited.
Both India's government and the company have denied the medicines were at fault.
Well, let's now go across to Vedant for more. And Vedant, if we take a look, firstly, we'll ask you about whether the company has responded and what is happening about a probe into the company. But also, if we take a look at the statement first that was released by the Uzbek Health Ministry, it said that this particular syrup, that it had a certain, toxin in it, but also that it was not given to the children based on a doctor's prescription, and it may have been overconsumed also by the children.
That's right, Gargi. That's very important. The statement clearly mentions that there are two sort of pitfalls as far as this is concerned. One is, of course, the fact that there was excessive dose given to these children. And remember, 18 out of the 21 children who consumed this particular syrup died. And the statement says that the syrup would have been consumed based on suggestions and recommendations of local pharmacies and not based on a medical prescription. So that's an important caveat. While it alleges that 18 out of those 21 children who consumed this syrup died because of the presence of a toxic ethylene glycol, the same toxic toxin that was in fact present and linked to the Gambian deaths as well. So that particular toxin was present allegedly by the Uzbekistan Health Ministry, but it also mentions that the syrup was given in a higher dose, and at the same time, remember, the dominant the dominant chemical as far as the syrup is concerned is paracetamol, and it was used wrongly as an anti-cold drug. So those caveats are something that we find in the statement by the Uzbekistan Health Ministry. Now, as far as the probe is concerned, the latest that we're getting from sources is that the Central Drugs Standard Control Authority has reached out to the Uttar Pradesh Drugs Licensing and Controlling Authority, because this is a Noida-based firm, so it comes under the Uttar Pradesh Drugs Licensing Authority. And the latest that we're getting from sources is that the Uttar Pradesh Drugs Licensing Authority has already formed an investigating team to assist the central authority in the probe. So now we are being told that a joint inquiry will be launched on this Noida-based Marion Biotech, and it is likely that today itself the facility of this particular Noida-based manufacturing company will be probed, and it's going to be a joint inquiry. And we are, we have been confirmed by sources in the Uttar Pradesh Drugs Licensing Authority that an investigating team has already been found. We are told that the Central Drugs Licensing Authority reached out to the Uttar Pradesh Authority yesterday via email, immediately after it was alerted, with this press release, with the statement of the Uzbekistan Health Ministry. And after it reached out to the Uttar Pradesh Drugs Licensing Authority, they formed an investigating team now. Now, as far as the Union Health Ministry is concerned, we reached out to them for an official response, for an official statement. However, there was no immediate response to the press release. However, they confirmed that a probe will now be launched. As far as the company is concerned, we've reached out to the company via email. We've also contacted the top executives of the company. However, there was no response to the queries posed by NDTV to them. However, it's also important to constantly mention the fact that the press release by the Uzbekistan Health Ministry says that the syrup was consumed in a higher dose and without a medical prescription based on recommendations made by local pharmacies. Gargi.